Okay, okay, Daryl Acumen back again. We're going to go through the interface of Mean It right now. I'm going to show you how the system works. We're just going to go through the workflow. So, we'll start off by logging in. Eventually, this is going to drop directly into the workflow. This is the main interface. This is a bug. I'll work on it later. Up here you see what looks like an ad. This is not an ad, this is a vision board. You'll notice a bunch of Audi stuff up here. This is basically just the things that eventually it'll be the things that you want. Right now it's the things that I want. I'm an Audi fan, and so it just is what it is. We're going to drop into start here. This is where it's going to begin. Now there are 4 categories: emotions and relationships, physical and recreational, financial and material, and educational and vocational. You just go ahead and pick one. We're going to start with financial and material because this is a demo and I just want to show you how this works. So the first thing we're going to do is we start off in there. You can pick additional categories as we go along, but pretty much you start with financial. I don't know, maybe we'll do a couple of each of these. But we're going to start off here is with the fears. So this is showing where the fears sort of exist in the brain. We're going to start off with, these are Shakespearean fears, right? To be or not to be. So we're going to talk about the things that we don't want to be. So I'm going to start off with, what don't I want to be? Well, I don't want to be broke. That's a good fear. Might as well go ahead and do the others too. On emotional, I don't want to be divorced. Under physical, I don't want to be, dead. Under educational, vocational, I don't want to be uneducated, I guess. Well, I don't want to be unemployed. Okay. There are 6 categories here, right? We have fears, aspirations, dreams, goals, tasks, and then tournaments. I'm going to go through each of these and explain them, but I'm just going to say this. Take your time on these. This is a life plan. You've got the rest of your life to live the plan. So, kind of smart to take your time coming up with the goals. I'm sorry, I'm just going to adjust the video. Take an hour with these. Take a day. Take a week. Bottom line, take your time. But this is a demo, so we're just going to go quick. Once I put my my fears in, I'm going to click Next and go on to Aspirations. Now, a couple of things you'll notice changed here. First of all, we've got a donut over here. The goal is to reach 128 goals or dreams, right? The conscious mind holds about 50 goals and dreams. But what you'll discover is that the short list that's in your brain, is influenced by your friends, your family, your parents, your church, school, television, social media. It's stupid. I mean, they're not stupid. The things that you think of in your head are not stupid, but they're not your priorities, right? What we want to do is we want to dig down into the heart, all right? We want to get into the subconscious. We want to flush out the stuff that's deeper, so that later on we can prioritize the full list, not just the short list that's in your head, right? And I find going with a list of 128 accomplishes that. So you want to get to 128. This donut's going to show you how far you are. It's also going to show you the major categories to help you achieve balance. If you find that this whole thing is green, that's a problem. You probably want to spend a little bit more time thinking about physical and recreational goals. You're probably a workaholic. If it's all red, then it means you're an emotional wreck, and you should probably start thinking about, other things in your life. This is about balance. Okay, so there's some advanced stuff down here you don't need to think about. We're just going to go in here. So enter at least 2 aspirations that are the opposite of the fear below. So the fear is to be broke. So you want to come up with 2 things, that are the opposite of being broke. I'm not going to do 2 because then the demo would just go on forever. I'm just going to pick 1. So if I'm not broke, then I want to be rich. Okay, and you see the little list shows up down there. I'm going to keep going. Take your time. Brainstorm. Come up with stuff. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is, how outlandish it is. Just keep going. But this is a demo, so we're going to stop there. Next, divorce. Well, if I don't want to be divorced, then I want a happy marriage. I come up with a whole bunch of stuff in here, but demo. So, if I don't want to be dead, then I want to be healthy. Okay. What's the opposite of being unemployed? Well, to have a great job. Okay, those are my aspirations. Next. Okay, so what we've done now is we've moved on to dreams. The aspirations are done, so now it's just moving down the list. For each aspiration that you see listed here, we're going to come up with at least 2. I think you should come up with 5 or 6 or even 10. But characteristics or descriptions of the aspiration. So I'm going to give you some examples. Rich. How do I describe rich? What does rich mean? Well, rich, this is stupid, but it's a demo. So rich is millionaire. If I'm rich, I'm a millionaire. Being rich means a lot more than being a millionaire. Okay, I consider myself rich. Although, well, that's not true. We're not really rich, but my life, I live a rich life, right? I mean, I'm not a millionaire, but I have everything I want. I'm really happy, okay? So take your time in this, but right now I'm going to pretend I'm really crass. I'm Gordon Gekko, and just, being rich to me just means being a millionaire, period. End of story. Next aspiration. Happy marriage. Describe a happy marriage. Well, in order to have a happy marriage, I have a happy wife. Happy wife, happy life, right? Okay, we're just going to go on. Let's do something. If I was to decide here, I'm going to say, being a happy marriage means that we're millionaires. I start to type in another goal. You notice that it's going to tell me right here. I've got this in here. In this demo, we'll do another demo later and we'll go deeper. But as you start to go through this thing, you're going to be brainstorming. You're going to be throwing stuff out there, okay? And you're going to come back and repeat things. So when I get to vocational, having a great job, maybe I'll say, being happy in my career means that I'm, making $200,000 a year or something. And then I had a financial goal to make $200,000 a year as well. I start typing in that 200,000, you'll suddenly start to see right here the goal already exists. It's going to show up. And that's just to keep you from duplicating. It's just a nice little added feature. So, happy marriage equals happy wife. Next, healthy. What's healthy? Well, right now, I'm a little bit overweight. You can't tell, but I am. My doctors say I need to lose some weight. So I'm going to say if I'm healthy, then I weigh 180 pounds, which is my goal weight. Great job. Well, how do you describe a great job? Well, I really, I enjoy what I do. If I enjoy what I do, then I got a great job. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, right? So that's pretty good. Now it's going to say other emotional or spiritual dreams. It's realizing, okay, we flushed out your initial stuff. Is there anything else you want to throw in here? Well, I want to have happy kids. And I'm just going to add the 1. And speaking of them, there they are yelling back there right now. Other physical recreational goals. Well, I want to go on vacation every year. Other financial and material goals. I said millionaire, but really, I just want to be financially secure. I mean, but you can. That's a rabbit's hole. That's a rat hole. We could go forever, but whatever. And then other educational vocational goals. Well, I really like a PhD in economics. My dad's got a PhD. I want one too. So there you go. All right. Now we've moved on. You notice that we've gone from dreams. Now we're in goals. In an ideal world, I would have spent an hour on fears, an hour on aspirations, a couple hours on dreams, right? This is a long process. You should take your time. But you can see here the different categories are starting to fill out, and right now I'm in balance. Now, ordinarily, by the time I get to goals, I would be down here in like 33, 45% completion. Excuse me, when nature calls. So now we're going to go in here and it's going to say enter at least 2 steps to achieve the dream below. So we're on goals now. Steps to achieve the dream. So how do I become a millionaire? Well, the first thing I need to do is I need to save 10%. 10% of my net income. I should probably say 10% of gross, actually. That is a step to achieve that dream. Okay? I'm going to, in an ordinary world, I'll put in 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever. Okay? Also, steps to achieve a millionaire, if I'm gonna be a millionaire, then I should probably have a $500,000 net worth first. You got to be worth $500,000 before you're worth $1 million, and then I would put in $200,000, $250,000, $100,000, $50,000, $10,000. All those numbers are steps to achieve millionaire. So put them all in, all of them. I put in there. We'll get to this in a second, but to get down to 180 pounds, before I get to 180 pounds, I got to get to 190 pounds. I got to get to 189, 188, 187. I mean, don't get that granular, but put the steps in. They're valid. And you'll find out later when we get to the tournament phase why it's important to go into that much detail. Okay, happy wife. So what makes a happy wife? Well, date regularly. I mean, if we go out once a week, that my wife is happy because we have time together and we can talk. But there are a million other things that make happy. This is a demo, so whatever. 180 pounds. Steps to achieve it? Well, I got to get to 190 pounds first. Okay, there we go. To enjoy what I do. Steps to enjoy what I do? I mean, there's a million of them. I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head. Honestly, I'm a solutions consultant. The more I study what's going on in my field, the better I am at it. And the better I am at it, the more I enjoy it. There's a whole TED talk about this. I'm not going to go into it right now, but whatever. Happy kids. What makes happy kids? Well, or steps to achieve happy kids. Give them an allowance. If they have an allowance, then they'll be happy. They've been begging one for ages, but I haven't given it to them yet. Okay, next, go on vacation every year. Steps to go on vacation. Save for a vacation. Buy a motorhome. Okay. To be financially secure. What are the steps to be financially secure? Pay off credit cards. Pay bills on time so that your credit score gets better. You get the idea. PhD in economics. Steps for PhD in economics. Find a graduate school in economics that's close to where I live, because the closest one is in Ogden, and I'm not driving there. Okay. Save 10% of my gross income. Steps to save 10% of my gross income. Well, save 5% of my gross income. Participating in the 401k will make it easier to save 10%. Okay, because there's a match involved. $500,000 net worth. Steps to complete that. $250K net worth. 50% equity in the home. Those are steps to get you to $500,000 net worth. Good stuff. Date regularly. Well, I got to find a babysitter if I'm going to date regularly. And fortunately, we have one, but we'll just keep going. Oh, now we're in tasks. So we've moved on past goals, which ordinarily would have taken us hours, but hey, now we're in tasks. So what are the tasks to get down to 190 pounds? Well, the first task is to walk 2 miles per day, which is what I'm doing to get to 190 pounds. Study best practices in my field. Set aside time to study for work. Okay. Allowance. Well, for my kids, I need to set up a chore chart before they're going to get any allowance. Save for vacation. I need to reduce spending if I'm going to start saving for vacation. Task to buy motorhome. Well, I can't sell the stock of the company I work for because it's growing rapidly, and that's the money I'm going to use to buy the motorhome. Pay off credit cards. Tasks. I got to help sell more at work so that I get commission checks, because those commission checks are what I'm using to pay off my credit cards. So I got to put the shoulder to the wheel, and let's rock and roll.